Hello, my little artists. Now that we've learned all those cool things about our big cats, today we're going to learn how to draw a big cat. And the big cat we're going to learn to draw today is a leopard. So go ahead and grab your pencil. If you haven't already, put your name on your paper and then flip it over so we can get started. I've got a Sharpie so you can see what I'm drawing, but you guys need to be drawing with a pencil so you can erase any mistakes you might make. So everyone should be ready. So we are going to start with his nose, which is like a triangle, and the corners are kind of rounded like a Dorito, okay? So to make room, make sure we have room over here for his tail. We're not going to put his nose right in the middle. We're going to put his nose over to the left side a little bit. So I'm going to find the middle of my paper up here towards the top, and then I'm going to come over, and this is where I'm going to put his nose. So I'm going to start with a little horizontal line. And then I'm going to come down a little bit and make a dot. And then I'm going to curve it up and around and back down. So it kind of looks like a Dorito. And that's going to be our leopard's nose, that cute little kitty nose. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be drawing are his cheeks right here. Okay, so we're going to draw his cheeks so they're just like a smiley face that comes up and kind of curves over to the edge of his nose. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I'm going to draw a line that curves up and around to even up with his nose. Big smiley face going to the right, and one going to the left. Do they have to look exactly the same? No, mine don't look the same, and it's okay. It's fine. Okay, now our leopard has his mouth open, like he's smiling. So we're going to draw the bottom of his chin, which is kind of like a smiley face, but it's more triangular. So I'm going to kind of come diagonal and then curve up diagonal. So I'm going to start here at the edge of his cheek, come down, and then curve up to the other side of his cheek. So see how it's a smiley face, but it's more diagonal than it is a nice perfect bowl shape. And then to do his head, I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to draw a big curved line all the way up and around to the other side. Okay, so I start here at the edge of his cheek, curve up and around. So we'll come up, big curved line, and back around. And then I forgot to do the other part of his mouth. So I'm going to come down here and we'll draw another line right there, and then that makes his mouth, and then we got the bottom of his chin there. Forgot to do that. And then our leopard needs some ears. So I'm going to draw one big curve on the left side with another one inside. So it kind of looks like the letter C. It's that C shape. Then we'll do another one on the other side with a little one inside. So a backwards C shape. So we're almost done with his head. We just got to add some eyes. Okay, so above his nose and his cheeks, I'm going to draw two ovals. Then I'm going to draw a smaller oval down at the bottom. then I'm going to add another little small oval there in the corner. Okay, so I've got my big oval, my little oval at the bottom, and then another itty bitty oval there in the top of the one on the bottom. And that's going to be that little white spot that's in his eyes. We call that the cat light. If you ever look at a picture of yourself and you can see your eyes, there's always that little white spot. It's reflecting the light. It's the part of your eye that just reflects the light back. Okay, so now we have his face done. So now we're going to start working on his body. We're going to start with his front legs here. Okay, so we're going to do his front legs, and then we'll add his back paw and his tail. And then we got to go back and add all his cute little spots. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start over here on his cheek. And I'm going to draw a curved line down towards the bottom of my paper. Not all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to do the same line on the other side, going the other way, ending at about the same spot. They're not exactly the same, but it's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to curve in on both of these lines, curved in with some horizontal lines there. Actually, I want to bring these in closer together. So draw these in closer together. We'll draw those in to where they're almost touching. I need them to be almost touching. There's just a little bit of space there. So bring them in so they're almost touching. And then from each side, I'm going to curve up and back over. That's going to make his front paws. I'm going to add a couple little curved lines for his toes. I'm going to put a dot right here in the middle between his paws. So then I'm going to draw, actually I think my dot needs to come down lower. I'm going to move my dot lower. So ignore that dot. We're going to draw a dot closer down here to the bottom because I need this line to touch the top of his paw and then go up back towards his face. So that one I wasn't going to be able to do it. This one I will. So we'll make it touch his paw and go up. So make sure your dot's lower than my first one. And we'll do the same thing, make it touch his paw and go up and try to make them about the same size. And this is why you guys draw with a pencil, so you can erase little mistakes like that. I can't erase it. It's fine. It's no big deal. And then I'm going to draw a rainbow line, not from the tops. I'm not going to do the tops. See how I left the tops up a little bit? And I came down just a little bit and drew that rainbow line. And that's going to form his belly. That's his belly. Okay, now we need to add his back, that back paw. So we're going to move over a little bit from this line. We're going to come up a little bit, and we're going to follow the curve, and we're going to come down and curve it, but don't want it to touch the bottom. See how it doesn't touch the bottom of my paw here? It goes up a little bit. So I'm going to come over just a little bit and curve in. And that makes his back and his back paw. Now we need to do his tail. So his tail kind of looks like an S, right? So I'm going to start back here on his back paw, curve up and in and around, and then follow the curves back down. Okay, so this is going to be a really windy line. It's going to come up and curve, and then I'm going to make the circle around, curve back in and back down. Doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Just give him a big old tail. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add some spots. So I'm going to start up here and I'm going to draw 2 ovals that are kind of diagonal. Now, some of my spots, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a smiley face up here at the top of his head. And that kind of makes it look like this spot is cut in half, like where it's going over the curve of his head. It just makes it look more realistic than if all the spots are just perfect circles. And then I'm just going to draw some big circles. Maybe do another half circle over here. Just add some spots. You need some spots on his tail. And you can make some of them just a really itty bitty curved line. Really makes them look like they're going off the edge there. Just add some spots. Some spots. And then I'm also going to add some grass lines, just some zigzag lines over here, just a couple, just to make it look like he's sitting in the grass. And you can see I colored those, I outlined those with my green. Then I would color that all green, and then I could add some details in the sky if I wanted to and color that in. And then we're ready to color. We are ready to finish up our leopard today. It didn't take us too long to draw him, so you guys have plenty of time to color here. Now, what I did, I've just outlined mine in marker. I didn't color him in with a crayon yet. I did all of his body in yellow, and then his spots I did with brown. I did his eyes black, his nose black, his mouth red, and the grass is green. So you guys can go ahead and get your markers and outline, and then you can go back with your crayons and color him in. Okay, so outline with a marker, color in with a crayon. I hope you guys had fun learning about big cats and learning how to draw a cute little leopard. And go ahead, and you've got the rest of art today to finish coloring. I hope you have fun, and until next time.